Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, today is the day. We're gonna put my father in the ground today. And I'm actually about an hour before the ceremony, and we are at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Cerritos, California, and kind of dealing with the final arrangements here. This is gonna kind of be the area. I thought it was kind of appropriate that they got this big massive statue of Michelangelo's David here, and my father is going to be right in the shadow of that. So yeah, this is where it's going to be, right here. Like I said, we're dealing with some of the last minute changes. My mom's in a wheelchair, and they've got all these elevated planters kind of going around the whole area here, which require a ramp to get her into. So apparently they haven't installed the ramp yet, so yeah, it's just you want something done right, you got to do it yourself, right? So yeah, here we are. I'm not going to really show a lot of the ceremony, probably none of the ceremony, just because that's kind of a private time. So this is kind of be my time to share what I can about this. So yeah, here we are. There was also a little confusion about where we were supposed to be, because they said come to this section and look for the tent. Well, there's a tent here, and there's a tent here, and so I wasn't sure which one it was. I actually had to go back to the gate, but they confirmed that this is the one here. So I actually want to go take a look at this big giant Michelangelo's David here. There's some real kind of cool artwork around here. You can't criticize Forest Lawn Cemetery. They really go all out for this kind of stuff. Bunch of cool murals around here. Story of David and Goliath. And the anointing of David. Kind of tells the whole story down here. ADD moment here. Why is it every time I see the words guided by, the next word that comes to my mind is voices? This one's called David the Psalmist. This one's called David and Jonathan. And this one was called David and King Saul. Wow, this thing is massive. I don't know if the one in, I think it's in Italy, is the same size or what. That thing's easily 25 feet tall. Yeah, so I was walking back from the David statue, and I noticed there's this big long sidewalk down here. And yeah, here's the ramp. So obviously we were just in the wrong place, because my car is like way over there. And I was thinking when I was walking over here, it's like it's gonna be a pain to get my mom's wheelchair through that. But if we can get them to come up the ramp here, then we can go all the way here, and it's just gonna be a short little cut over to there. So I think I'm gonna go move the car and move it over here, just because then we'll have easy access to that. Alright, so yeah, that was kind of a rough day, but we got through that today. Went out and had some lunch with family and friends. Like I said, it was just a very, very small little gathering. I think there were maybe 20 or 25 of us total, and it was basically, you know, family. It was my sister, her husband, her kids, my mom, myself, my uncle from my dad's side, and then a couple of close friends. My mom's next door neighbor, you know, Beth, you know, my friend Beth, Beth's parents, Beth's sister and her family, and you know, just a couple other people from my mom's church. And that's really all it was. So it was a nice, it was actually nice to see a lot of people again that I hadn't seen in a long time. Now, I've also made some additional decisions here. I've decided that things are escalating too quickly here in California, and that I think I just need to get out of here as quick as possible. I was originally planning on flying back to Dallas on Wednesday, but I don't want to get stranded here. because you know I got to be back to work on Thursday. Even if you know it's just going in and reading SOPs, you know I still need to be there, and I don't want to be, you know, flaking out on work. Even if, I mean, you know, this would be the best excuse in the world. Sorry, man, I'm stranded in California, and won't be able to show up. You know, I still don't want to do that if there's any precautions I can take. So I've canceled my flight on Wednesday. I've canceled the last day of my hotel stay here, and I am flying back to Dallas tomorrow night. I have one additional responsibility to do here, and that is I need to bring my uncle to the airport tomorrow morning. So I'm going to do that. Then I have to bring the car back to my mom's apartment, leave it there, pick up a few things from her, and then I'm just going to Uber to the airport from there. So you know, we're gonna get out of here as quick as possible because I don't want to get stranded here. If I get stranded in Texas, then that's fine. I'm home. That's where my work is. That's where everything I need to be is, and that's where the cats are. And honestly, I don't want to be leaving them alone too long. You know, if it gets to the point where I can't leave tomorrow, you know, my option may be to have to actually rent a car and drive to Texas. In fact, I've been kind of joking with Beth. Beth is a teacher, and Beth isn't working right now because her school has shut down. And so I was kind of jokingly telling her that if I have to drive to Texas, I might have to have her drive me because she can at least do it. You know, the whole issue then is, you know, what do you deal with the car? You know, because you know, a whole bunch of cars going from California to some other state causes all sorts of problems for California, because then all of a sudden, you know, they got to figure out how to get all those cars back to California. And so they generally charge an arm and a leg to do that. So, you know, I would prefer to avoid that if at all possible. And if there was some way to, you know, get a ride and then get someone to drive back, you know, then that'd be one way to go. But, you know, that's a big issue too. So, I don't know. We're going to play this by ear, and, you know, hopefully I get home tomorrow night. I guess you'll find out tomorrow when you see tomorrow's vlog, because, you know, either I'll be in the air or I won't. So, I don't know. Wish me luck. Like I said, I'm glad we got this done. I'm glad I was able to make it for this. And, you know, it was just good to be here for my father's final send-off. So, we'll come back in May or June or July or whenever things calm down, and we'll do a proper memorial for him. And then I'll have to do my eulogy for him. That'll just give me, you know, a couple more months to get it tweaked into position and make it as good as I can. So anyway, I think that's all I have to talk about today. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.